Hi, this is Keith Davidson of Albertson and Davidson, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about the problems that we come across in trust and will litigation with step-parents. So I'm talking about second marriages and the disruption that that can cause in the distribution of assets between different children. So you could have children from the first marriage and children from the second marriage, and it can cause all sorts of problems when you have a second marriage situation. So for example, you have mom and dad who set up a trust perhaps during their lifetime. And let's say mom passes away and then dad gets remarried. And lo and behold, dad gives his share of the estate, or maybe all the estate, to his new spouse, or the kids of his new spouse, or the kids he had with the new spouse. And the old kids are left out. And the call I get in my office is from the old kids saying, what can we do to try and get what is rightfully ours? Because this was mom and dad's property, and mom, at least, would have wanted us to have some of this property. What rights do we have? And the answer is, it completely depends on the type of trust mom and dad set up. The children from the first marriage may have some rights, then again they may not. And it really depends on the type of trust you have. Perhaps you've heard of an A-B trust, or bypass trust, survivor's trust. There's all these confusing terms out there. But what it really means at the end of the day is that if mom and dad set up a trust where some portion of the estate, mom's portion, has to go into an irrevocable trust after she's gone, which is usually called a bypass trust, then those assets can be held and protected for the children of the first marriage. If they do not set up the trust this way, so if the trust does not require that some assets be set aside like that, then there is no protection for the kids of the first marriage. The surviving spouse has complete rights to do whatever they want with all of the assets, including giving them all away to a new spouse. So if you're a child that is in that situation, you have to very carefully look at the trust document and figure out what type of trust is this, and was there some protection to set aside mom's share of the estate after she's gone. If you're the parents and you're thinking, how can I build in this sort of protection into my estate plan, then you need to think about having a trust that creates this bypass trust so that your share of the assets are set aside and protected for your children after you're gone. They can still be used to benefit the surviving spouse, but they cannot be directed away from the kids as the ultimate beneficiaries. It's a very tricky problem, and it comes up constantly, so you really have to be on the lookout for the type of trust you're creating.